Holy crap, guys. The Harbinger of limited units is back. Huche's Pop-Up Shop. Okay. Be aware, Wolfpack, that anytime you see Huche's Pop-Up Shop, that a limited unit is coming. Usually within 2 to 3 weeks. I don't know if there's ever been a time where we've had Huche's Pop-Up Shop that wasn't immediately followed by a collaboration or a limited unit. So this could mean the limited Flan unit, it could mean a new collaboration, it could mean the rerun of the Galililius banner, but kind of expect it. It's almost to the point where it's an indicator like you hear thunder, a storm is coming. Maybe it won't rain, but it's damn likely gonna, right? So, Wandering Merchant Huche has arrived. 4 new players. The majority of the stuff in the Huche Pop-Up Shop, referred to affectionately by many people as a Huche scam shop. The majority of the stuff in the Huche Pop-Up Shop you do not buy. It is really, really expensive. Let's just break it down for a second. 1,800 Skystones to get a 5-star artifact summon ticket, and it's not a selector. So, 1,800 Skystones, and bam, you get a Iron Fan. Yeah. It could be the artifact you've always wanted. Maybe it has higher value to new players, but it could be something that's absolute garbage and useless to you. So, unless you're a whale and swimming in Skystones, this feels really bad. It's very expensive for a chance to... If it was a selector, then yeah, I'd be all over this. But for a random 5-star artifact, it could be one you already have, it could be one you don't need, it could be one that's not very good, or it could be the best artifact in the game that's perfect for your account. How lucky do you feel? You want to gamble on it? You do you. I would recommend not spending the Skystones. 500 Molagora, so 1,000 Skystones for 2 Molagora. You get 5 Molagora a week. This is 1,000 Skystones to get 3 days worth of Molagora. You got to decide if that's worth it to you. A lot of people are Mola starved. A lot of people will be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to dump the 1,000 Skystones because I need the Molagora. And I can respect that. If it's worth it to you, it's worth it to you. Only you know the state of your account. Just be aware that we do get 5 Mola every week from Mola Monday. So is 1,000 Skystones worth basically advancing your account 3 to 4 days into the future? Mystic Metals, this is about the only one that I think might be actually worth it. 800 Skystones for 200 Mystic Metals. Feels like a lot, but if you know the odds on shop refreshing, right? Trying to do this for little Skystones in hopes that Mystic Metals pop up. Trying to get 300 Mystic Metal, or sorry, 200 Mystic Metals out of 800 Skystones worth of refreshing. It's a little bit better odds here. Now, if you're lucky, the secret shop is better, but this is slightly better, and it doesn't cost you the gold. Or the carpal tunnel refreshing the shop. I'm being told in chat that a rough average, if you are just dead set average, it's about 270 Skystones worth of refreshing to get 50 Mystic Metals. So if you buy all of these, you'll be roughly getting, buy 3, get the 4th one for free effectively, and you don't spend the gold. So this is better if you've got the Skystones to spend and you want Mystic Metals. About the only thing worth it. Galaxy Bookmarks times 5, 1,200 Skystones to get yourself an Elson. Hold me back. Random equipment. So this one is 1,100 Skystones, and it opens up a shop where you can refresh so many times and try to find that perfect piece of equipment. Don't bait yourself. Okay, if you've got the Skystones to spend and you are fishing for that top-end piece of equipment, go for it. Go ahead and take a peek. This is an end player selection, right? An end player clicks this button and starts going through the list, knowing what they're looking for, knowing the gear score and the type of units and the stat interactions, knowing the synergy of the piece of gear with the rest of their account, knowing whether or not it's 1,100 Skystones. Newer players, people that don't really have their brains wrapped around unit building, gear, what's good, what to keep, what not to keep. This is bait, and it's a great way to waste 1,100 Skystones. I would avoid this unless you are... have been playing for a couple of years and really know what you're doing, and if you have the Skystones to spare. If you've got artifacts to level, I legit used to buy these. I would like 500 Skystones to get some purple artifact charms. I got things to level, but that's expensive. It's a lot of Skystones, and one greater charm is worth 3 of the normal charms. So you can buy 3 normal charms from your guild shop and save 100 Skystones. But if you've got an artifact you desperately need to level, this goes back to the Molagora thing. If it's worth it to your account and you've got the Skystones to spare, maybe you know, but I don't recommend it. It's very expensive. Huche's Lucky Chest. This one's a hot topic of conversation. Huche's Lucky Chest can be purchased 5 times, so 500 Skystones total, and it's totally random what you get. You might get a leaf. You might get a 5-star unit. Here's actually the list of everything in Huche's chest, right? It could be 3 leaves. It could be 5 Powder of Knowledge. It could be Mystic Metals. 100 Skystones for Mystic Metals, that's better than the 200 Skystones for Mystic Metals. It could be a Galaxy Bookmark to let you summon your Elson. Everything in this chest, except potentially the summons, because they could go totally sideways and give you garbage. Everything in the chest is theoretically higher value than 100 Skystones, right? Like, the Huche will sell most of these things separately in his shop throughout, and they're always a little bit more expensive than 100 Skystones. 3 leaves versus 100 Skystones. 3 leaves is worth roughly 120 Skystones if you're converting it directly into stamina. But you can do things with Skystones you can't do with leaves, right? You can buy epic passes. You can re-roll the shop for units. Skystones are more versatile than leaves, so the 20% higher value on stamina makes sense. Otherwise, everybody would just use Skystones for stamina. But yeah, if you've got 500 Skystones to spare and you like a little bit of gacha fun, the chest is technically worth it. I usually skip it because I am more about keeping my Skystones than rolling stuff like this, but maybe we do it just for content's sake. And now we get down to the big money stuff. Revision Mana Stones. I recommend you vote with your feet. Send a message to Smilegate that this is bullshit. It is unconscionable that this costs so much without even the guarantee that whatever you roll will at least be as good as the prior piece. Like, if this let you reset the piece, and then when you re-rolled it again, you had the option of keeping the original or the re-roll, maybe then. But this is so much Skystones. To get a chance to reset a piece of gear, to take a piece of gear that rolled like hot garbage, and rolled like hot garbage. I mean, not this rolled quite well, but rolled like hot garbage, reset it, and roll it again, only to have it roll worse, or only slightly better, or not really be any different. It feels so bad. And I really feel like, of everything in the game, Smilegate is overly proud of these revision stones. Now, if you are very, very end game, actually, you know who this has the most value to is late game players. Really, really early players aren't going to know when to use this and are going to be sad that they blew their Skystones. End game players aren't going to use this because their gear is already near perfect and they don't really have anything they need to fix. But the late game players, they're actually the target audience. They're the ones that have some really good gear, but also some questionable gear that they wish had rolled better. They might actually get the most value out of this. But again, I tell you, only spend this if you know what the hell you're doing with regards to gear. This is something for like the 2 to 3 year old account, the player who has that piece and they know. If you have a piece that needs to be reset, you know it needs to be reset. And if you don't know a piece needs to be reset, for the love of God, don't spend money on this just to have them for the future down the road. Unless you like to swipe, you're a spender. We've got a limited unit coming. I mean, Huche is back. A limited unit is coming. You're going to want those Skystones for summons. This event's giving us a lot of gear, a lot of chances to get gear. So maybe you'll find some use for this, but really just buyer beware. In a perfect world, I would like nobody to buy this, to send a message to Smilegate so that they say, wow, nobody's buying these. I guess we should lower the price. But every time somebody clicks and buys one of these, we're reinforcing Smilegate's decision that this is priced appropriately. And nobody thinks this is priced appropriately, but people buy it, and that's what the market will bear, right? We may think it's overpriced, but if people are buying it, is it really overpriced from the seller's standpoint? Don't like it, not a fan. So that's my review on Huche's shop, right? Molagora, maybe. Charms, maybe. Mystic metals, probably. Everything else, only if you really know what you're doing.